Everyone. So now I'm starting. Now I'm starting for one more thing that is about I'm talking about like budget. Okay. So some documents are there for budget. So gist of budget. We are going to discuss about the gist of budget. Okay. So first of all, see here, presenting the first ever digital union budget, Union Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs Minister Nirmala Sitharaman presented the budget. Okay, wait a minute. It's presented the budget here. So I presented the budget here. The present the first ever digital budget, Union Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs Nirmala Sitharaman presented the first against COVID-19 continue, and that this moment in history when the political, economic, strategic relation and post-COVID world has been changed. So what are the budget proposals? There are health and well-being, physical and financial capital infrastructure, inclusive development, and for aspirational India, reinvigorating human capital, innovation and R&D, minimum government and maximum governance. So according to the ministry, budget proposal will strengthen the sankalp of national first doubling the farmer income, strong infrastructure, healthy India, good governance, opportunity for youth, education for all, and women empowerment and inclusive development. So there is budget at a glance. So central revenue on expenditure, like central sponsored scheme, there is 9 paisa, central sector scheme, that is 13 paise, interest is 20 paisa, defense 8 paise, subsidy is 9 paisa, finance commission and other transfer 10 paisa, state share to tax and duty is 60 paisa, and pensions 5 paisa, and other expenditure are 10 paisa. That is rupees goes to somewhere, and rupees comes from where we are getting the rupees. Borrowings are 36 paisa, highest is the borrowing and liability. Then corporate tax is 13 paisa, income tax is 14 paisa, custom is 3 paisa, excise is 8 paisa, and GST is 15 paisa. Now GST has been raised, like after borrowing second number is GST. Non-tax revenue is 6 paisa, and after the income tax, then corporation tax is now decreasing, like it is 13 paisa. Now income tax, after then, like after income tax there is corporation tax and custom duties are there. Non-tax revenue is 6 paisa, non-debt capital receipt is 5 paisa. So non-tax revenue is 6 paisa and non-debt capital revenue is 5 paisa. And the money is going like a sponsored scheme, that is 9 paisa, sector scheme is 13 paisa, interest is 20 paisa, defense 8 paisa, subsidy 9 paisa, finance commission and other transfer is 10 paisa, state share of tax and duty is 16 paisa, and pension 5 paisa, and other expenditure is 10 paisa. So this how budget is continuously going to change. Okay, now next one is what? Next one is C, at a glance budget receipt, revenue receipt and capital receipt. So revenue receipt is the 16,000 something, then 20,000 lakh in lakhs, that is in crore. No, receipts are in crore. So this is quite like bulky data are they presented, but we see the deficit of trend. So we can see here the deficit of trend. This is 2019 20, 2021, then 21, then 22. Okay, so before that the primary deficit was 1.6%, then it come down, then it grew again, and now it is 3.1% in 2021. And revenue deficit was before this 2.4%, then down, then up, then again 4.1%. And effective revenue deficit is 3.3% before that, now it's 5.1%. and fiscal deficit is 4.6%, now it's 6.8%. How it's changing? See, before that the primary deficit only 1.6%, now it is like 3.1%. The revenue deficit only 2.4%, now 4.1%. The effective revenue deficit only 3.3%, now it is 5.51%. And the fiscal deficit was only 4.6%, now it is 6.8%. So how its deficit trend had been changed. Expenditure, if we are talking about the expenditure, then revenue expenditure was there and capital expenditures was there. Okay, so how it is given, we can see this graphs also. Now we are going to discuss about the trend of this graph. Okay, so in this graph we can see that sources of deficit financing 2019, 2020, 21 and 22. So market borrowings, then security against small borrowings, and state provident funds are given. Okay, so it is like this is the trend how it is going, we can see in this graph. So this is the sources of financing FD and excluding market borrowings. It's excluding market borrowing but sources of financing of FD. So there was 300,000, 500,000, 700,000, 900,000, 1100,000 and 1300,000. This is again 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 and 500,000. So it is changing the completely. Internal debt and public account, external debt and cash balance. So this is given here. Okay, now we are going to union budget, health and well-being. What proposal has been given in the union budget for the health and well-being? So the budget outlay for the health and well-being 2,33846 crore in the as against 94,452 crore, thus displaying a substantial increase 137% in investment of health. So 137% has been increase in the health. The finance minister announced additional national health mission, centrally sponsored scheme PM Atmanirbhar Swasthya Bharat Yojana, and there was a 64,180 crore rupees for 6 year developed capacity primary, secondary and tertiary healthcare system, strengthen the existing national institution and create new institution to cater to detention and cure of new emergencies. Now next one is the government will be merged supplementary nutritional program and Poshan Abhiyan and 2.0 mission Poshan 2.0 strengthen nutritional content delivery and outreach and outcome. Third was the Jal Jeevan Mission. Jal Jeevan Mission was launched in 5 year for universal water supply and household tape connection plus liquid waste management. 500 Amrut cities are there. Their Jal Jeevan Mission has been there. A voluntary vehicle scrapping policy to phase out old and unfit vehicle announced. Fitness test has been proposed to automated fitness center after 20 years for personal vehicle and 15 for commercial. So voluntary vehicle scrapping policy to phase out old and unfit vehicle. For the Jal Jeevan Mission was for the clean water, like 500 Amrit cities are there, and the vehicle scrapping policy has been there so that personal vehicle and 15 for commercial vehicle, like automated fitness center after 20 years for personal vehicle and 15 years for commercial vehicle. The urban Swachh Bharat Mission, there was a 1,41,000 crore rupees given. The government proposed to provide an amount of 2,217 crore million plus population in this budget to tackle the burgeoning problem of air pollution. So Swachh Bharat Mission to against the air pollution. There would be a 35,000 crore rupees pneumococcal vaccine, a made in India product, will be rolled out across the country, aim at 50,000 child deaths annually. So pneumococcal vaccine also there, pneumococcal. Okay, pneumococcal vaccine are there. That was also for the childs which who are death annually. For that them, this pneumococcal vaccine made in India will be rolled out across the country, aim at averting 50,000 child death annually. So this was the budget proposal pillar 1 for the health in this year. Now we are going to the pillar 2 of the budget. What is the pillar 2? Pillar 2 is the financial and physical health of the union budget 2021 physical financial capital. Pillar 2. Pillar 2 is physical and financial capital. For this, Atmanirbhar Bharat production linked incentive scheme to create manufacturing sector. Manufacturing sector in Atmanirbhar Bharat has announced 13 sector has been announced. For this, government has committed nearly 1.97 lakh crore in the next 5 years. For next 5 years, 1.97 lakh crore government is doing. A asset reconstruction company limited and asset management company would be set up, consolidate and take over the existing state debt and then manage and dispose of asset to alternate investment fund and other potential investor for eventual value realization. So asset reconstruction company and asset management company is there, consolidated and take over the existing stressed debt and then manage and dispose of asset to alternate investment fund. Asset reconstruction and asset management companies are there and take over the existing stressed debt and then manage and dispose of asset to alternate investment. Okay. Third is finance ministry is like USD 5 trillion economy over manufacturing sector, double digit growth in the sustainable basis. So manufacturing company need to become a integral part of global supply chain, possess core competence and cutting edge technology. So core competence, cutting edge technology and double digit growth in the manufacturing sector, 5 trillion economy, an integrated part of global supply chain, possess core competence and cutting edge technology. Okay, an asset reconstruction company, asset management companies are there. For existing debt, stress debt, like there is a stress debt in the market. For that, asset reconstruction company, asset management companies, and alternative investment fund will be there. AIF will be there. So investment for eventual value realization. What is the eventual? AI asset investment fund will be there, alternative investment fund will be there. So essential value realization will be there. Scheme for mega investment textile park, Mitra scheme. Mega investment textile park will be launched. Additionally, scheme to enable the textile industry become globally competitive. 7 textile park will be established over 3 years. This will create world class infrastructure with plug and play facility to enable creation of global champion in export. So mega investment textile park also there. For the 7 textile park will be there in 3 year. 7 textile park in 3 year, mega textile park, and 13 asset Atmanirbhar Bharat 13 Bharat in like incentive scheme was there. Before that, production link incentive scheme was there. So Atmanirbhar Bharat there was 13 sectors and there is the 7 mega textile park in the Mitra scheme. This will be create world class infrastructure and plug and play facilitate enable creation global champion in export. To further consolidate the financial capacity, further recapitalization of 20,000 crore, and also then government would support the development of world class fintech and gift city of Gujarat. And government proposed to take up the privatization of 2 public sector and general insurance company. So privatization of the public sector bank and general insurance company, and would also bring a IPO LIC. For this, requisite amendment will be made in session itself. So government proposed the privatization in public sector and general insurance company, and government would also bring the IPO of LIC. Now, Atmanirbhar Bharat package provide a clear roadmap for the disinvestment in all the non-strategic and strategic sector. Government has estimated 175,000 crore is received from disinvestment. The minister also proposed to amend the Insurance Act. Okay, so first of all, government what is doing? Public sector banks, like privatization of the public sector bank, IPO of LIC will be requisite amendment will be made in like IPO and LIC. There is amendment, banking sector recapitalization and the privatization two scheme are there. Atmanirbhar Bharat package provide clear roadmap of disinvestment. So disinvestment is also doing by government, and government has 175,000 crore is received from disinvestment. A minister also proposed to amend the Insurance Act to increase the permissible FDI limit from 49% to 74% and allow foreign ownership and control with safeguard. So for the investment, government is going for the disinvestment and investment also, and there is the minister also proposed to amend the Insurance Act and increase permissible FDI limit from 49% to 74%. So FDI limit is going to increase by the government, that is 49% to 74%. Okay, this was a pillar 2, physical and financial capital pillar. Now we are going to go to the pillar 3rd. It's pillar 2 again, but some more schemes in the pillar 2 are there. Okay, this is a professionally managed development financial institution, DFI. Development financial institution is necessary to act as a provider, enabler and catalyst for infrastructure financing. So DFI will be introduced. Government has provided 20,000 crores capitalize this institution. Ambition is to have a lending portfolio of 5 lakh crore, and finance ministry proposed to launch revamp the reform based result linked power distribution sector also. Now National Highway Authority is there, sponsored InvITs. So InvIT scheme is there, attract the international and domestic institutional investor. So NAHAI is there. There is 5,000 crore government entered in this NAHAI InvIT. Similarly, transmission asset of a value of 7,000 crore will be transferred to InvITs. So National Highway Authority and NAHAI is going for the InvITs for the investor friendly domestic and international institutional investor. Okay, third is Indian Railway has prepared National Rail Plan for India 2030. The plan is to create future ready railway system 2030, bringing down the logistic cost. Make in India will be in the railway, and western dedicated freight corridor and eastern dedicated freight corridor will be commissioned. Ujjwala scheme will be benefited, and 8 crore household will be 1 crore more a beneficiary will be there in Ujjwala scheme. And government will aid 100 more district in next 3 year in city gas distribution network. Like 100 more district will be added in the city gas distribution network. A gas pipeline project will be taken up in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. An independent gas transport system will be set up, like there will be a gas pipeline project in Union Territory. An independent gas transport system operator will be set up for facilitation and coordination of booking of common carrier capacity, all natural gas pipeline on non-discrimination basis. Now government would be awarding another 8500 km and completing an additional 11,000 km of national highway corridor. The ministry also provided enhanced outlay of 118,101 lakh crore for Ministry of Road and Transport and Highway, of which 108,230 is for capital. Like National Ministry of Road and Transport is going to which 108,230 crore is for capital, and government would be awarding another 8500 km and completing additional 11,000 km for national highway corridor. So national highway corridor is also there, and national rail corridor is also there. A new scheme, national highway corridor InvIT scheme is there, and 20,000 crore will be for the DFI, development financial institution is there. Finance minister announced 30,000 kilometer length roads, and Bharatmala Pariyojana 5.34 lakh crore, and scheme promote flagging of merchant ship in India will be launched for providing subsidy support to Indian shipping. So Indian shipping is also providing the subsidy, and floated Ministry of CPSC an amount of 16.24 crore will be provided in 5 years. A new scheme launched 18,000 crore for that, like public bus transport service. And here conventional metro is operation in another 1016 crore metro will be there. And Metro Neo, the Metro Light, the new technology Metro Light and Metro Neo will be developed, and same experience and the safety tier 2 cities and peripheral area of tier 1 cities. Now next one is about the pillar 3rd of the budget. What is the pillar 3rd of the budget? Pillar 3rd of the budget is development of aspirational India. What is the aspirational India? It is like rural infrastructure development, enhance the 40,000 crore and 30,000 crore to double the micro irrigation fund 10,000 crore. So for the rural India, it is aspirational India, and ensure the minimum 1.5 times of cost of production of all commodities. Swamitha scheme is there to all state UT and property owners village have already been provided like cards for the Swamitva scheme. So 1.80 lakh property owner has provided the Swamitva scheme. Agriculture credit target enhanced 16.5 lakh crore. Animal husbandry, dairy and fishery will be focused area now. And micro irrigation, doubling the micro irrigation agriculture sector. Swamitva scheme for the property rights. And five major fishing area Kochi, Chennai, Visakhapatnam, Paradip, Puttaghat developed a hub for economic activity. Multi-purpose seaweed park in the Tamil Nadu is promote the seaweed cultivation. So in Tamil Nadu there was a seaweed cultivation. So this is the multi-purpose seaweed park in Tamil Nadu. And around the 1.68 lakh crore farmer registered and 1.14 lakh crore of trade value carried out through eNAM. And 1000 more mandi to be integrated with eNAM to bring transparency and competency. So eNAM mandis are there. 1.14 lakh crore trade value carried out through the eNAM, and 1000 more mandis to be integrated with eNAM. Okay, eNAM is there. One nation one ration card scheme is there. 32 states and UT reaching about 69 crore beneficiary. And government proposed to conclude a process that began 20 years ago with the implementation of 4 labor codes. So one nation one ration card is there, 4 labor codes are there. And farmer registers like eNAM mandis are there, bring transparency and competency. One nation one ration card plan is under implementation by 32 state UT reaching 69 crore beneficiary. Government proposed to conclude a process that began 20 years ago with the implementation of 4 labor code. Labor codes are there, and eNAM mandis are there. No to further facilities credit flow under the Stand Up India. For the SC/ST women, Finance Minister proposed to reduce the margin money requirement 25% to 15%, and to also include loan for activities allied to agriculture. Number of steps were taken to support the MSME sector, and budget government has provided 15,700 crore to this sector, more than double of this year. So budgetary support is also provided to the MSME sector. Stand Up India is there, MSME sector is there. Okay. So this what government did in the pillar third. Now we are talking about the pillar 4. That was the aspirational India, was the pillar third. Now fourth pillar is the reinvigoration human capital pillar. It is about the human capital pillar. So in this pillars, government, the ministry also proposed to set up higher education commission. So in the pillar 4, this is the reinvigoration of human capital. Reinvigoration of human capital is there. So government is trying to do something for India also. So here government what tried. So government what tried here. First, ministry also proposed to set up Higher Education Commission of India as an umbrella body having 4 separate vehicles for standard setting, accreditation, regulation and funding, along with Central University in Leh. So there is a Central University in Leh, and government tried to propose Higher Education Commission, an umbrella body for the 4 separate vehicles, like for the accreditation, regulation, funding and Central University. Under the revamped post-matric scholarship scheme for the welfare of scheduled caste, central assistance was enhanced and allocated for the matric scholarship scheme is also there. Okay. And 3000 crore for realignment of existing national apprenticeship training scheme. National Apprenticeship Training Scheme toward post-education apprenticeship training graduates and diploma holder in engineering. So National Apprenticeship Scheme is there for towards the post-education apprenticeship training of graduates and diploma holder. And what is there? Like this is an initiative is underway in partnership with the UAE to benchmark skill qualification assessment and certification, deployment of certificate workforce. Government also has collaborative training and inter-training program collaborative training and intertraining program with India, Japan to facilitate transfer of Japanese industry, vocational skill, technique, knowledge, and same would be taken forward in many countries. So for the Japan, for the UAE, government is trying to improve our technology. Government has set up target 3750 Eklavya model residential school and 20 crore for 38 crore and for hilly and difficult area. More than 15,000 schools will be qualitative strengthened to include all component of the national education plus 100 new Sainik school will be. So 100 Sainik school government trying to go for 750 model Eklavya school is there, 100 Sainik school is there. Partnership with NGO and National Education Plus policy is there. And also Education Commission of India established in that 4 separate vehicle is given accreditation, regulation and funding. And matric scholarship, post matric scholarship is given by the government, and 3000 crore for realignment of existing national apprenticeship training scheme. NAT is, we can say, National Apprenticeship Training Scheme towards the post education apprenticeship training program. So this is the pillar 4, the inauguration and human capital pillar. Now we are going to talk about pillar 5. What is the pillar 5? In the pillar 5, government is trying to in pillar 5 is innovation and R&D. So here finance ministry announced the national research foundation, foundation rate of 50,000 crore for 5 years. Overall research ecosystem of the country is strengthened with focus on identical national priority thrust. And second is to better understand this year, the government will launch Deep Ocean mission with the budget outlay for the 4,000 crore. The mission will be covered deep ocean survey, exploration and project for the conservation of deep sea. So deep sea mission is deep ocean mission is there, government launch for the 4,000 crore. Okay, this is the 5th pillar for innovation and research and innovation. National research foundation is there. Government will be undertake a new initiative, National Language Translation Mission, NTLM, National Language Translation Mission. Government and policy related knowledge on Internet of Things and available in major internet beings and available all languages. So 3 things are there: National Language Translation Mission, National Research Foundation, better understanding of deep ocean mission. And under the Department of Space will execute the PSLV C5 CSY51 launch carrying the Amazonia satellite from Brazil along with few smaller India satellite. So Gaganyaan mission is there. Activity for Indians astronaut are being trained on generic space flight aspect in Russia. So Gaganyaan mission is also launched by the government. The first mission which is launched by the government in astronaut are being trained on generic space flight. Okay, and NSIL is PSU under Department of Space will execute launch carrying the Amazonia satellite from Brazil along with a few smaller Indian satellites also. So Amazonia Brazil PSLV CES-51 satellite, government launched that and execute carrying Amazonia satellite for Brazil along with a few small satellites. So this was the pillar 5 of the budget. Now we are going to discuss about the pillar 6. What is the pillar 6 of the budget? So pillar 6 of the budget is about government minimum government to maximum government. So minimum government to maximum government given a 300 crore grants to the Goa for the Diamond Jubilee celebration of state liberation from Portuguese, and 1000 crore for the welfare of tree workers in the Assam, West Bengal and special scheme. So this was the minimum government to maximum government. Government is giving 300 crore for the silver jubilee of the Goa liberation from the Portuguese and 1000 crore to the Assamese for the tea workers. Okay, for the Bengal through the special scheme. To have ease of doing business, government for CPSE carry out contracts. The ministry propose a conciliation mechanism with mandate for quick resolution of contractual dispute. So there is the quick resolution for the contractual disputes are there. Ease of doing business for the CPSE is given by the government. National Commission for Allied Healthcare Professional introduced efficient regulation of 56 allied healthcare profession also to bring about transparency, efficiency and government reform in the nursing profession. The National Nursing and Midwife Commission will be introduced by the government for passing. Okay, so that was for the Goa liberation, 300 crores. Second was Assam tea workers, 1000 crore. Third was the ease of doing business for CPSCs. Ministry proposed conciliation mechanism will mandate for quick resolution and dispute resolution in the ease of doing business for CPSC. National Commission for Allied Healthcare Professional introduce efficient regulation of 56 allied healthcare profession. Also bring transparency, efficiency, government reform in nursing professions. National Nursing and Midwife Commission will be introduced. So National Commission for Allied Healthcare and National Commission for Midwife, like National Nursing and Midwife Commission is also there. And forthcoming census could be first digital census and history of India, and this monumental and milestone marking 3768 crore rupees for the allocation. So this was the sixth step of the government, minimum government to maximum government. So their government Goa liberation, Assam matter, and National Commission for Allied Healthcare, National Commission for Midwife Commission bill with National Nursing and Midwife Commission bill was there, and ease of doing business was there, and one was there forthcoming census could be the first digital census. For that 3768 crore government is providing. So this was 6 pillar government, minimum government to maximum government. Now we are going to budget direct tax proposals. Okay, what are the government proposals now? So Part B of the budget speech, the Union Ministry Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman seek to further simplify the tax administration, litigation management and ease of compliance of direct tax administration. So tax administration, direct tax administration and indirect proposal focus on custom duty, rationalization as well be rationalization of procedure and easing of compliance. So this was the Nirmala Sitharaman wanted to do. It is the Part B. So here what is the tax proposals? First of all, direct tax proposals. What government going to further the direct tax proposals? Exempting from filing tax return for senior citizen over 75 year of age and having only pension and interest income tax for to be deducted by paying bank. So exemption is given to the senior citizens the age of 75 years of age and having only pension and interest income. Okay, they will give the only pensions income and interest income tax to be deducted by the paying bank. So now bank will deduct the tax, but exemption given to the 75-year-old senior citizens in tax exemptions in the direct taxation. Second is tax holiday for the affordable housing project extended till March 2022, and tax exemption allowed for the notified affordable rental housing also. Tax incentive to the IFSC gift city is also announced. So tax incentive will be given to the IFSC gift city. An exemption limit of annual receipt revised from 1 crore to 5 crore for small charitable trusts running school and hospitals. An exemption limit of annual receipt revised from 1 crore to 5 crore for charitable trusts running school and hospital. Eligibility for tax holiday claim for the startup extended for 1 more year. So Startup India was for 1 more year. Time limit for the reopening cases reduced to 3 years from 6 years. Serious tax evasion cases will evidence concealment of income of 50 lakh or more in a year to be reopened only up to 10 years with approval of the Principal Chief Commissioner. Dispute resolution committee will be set up. Taxpayer will taxable income up to 50 lakh and disputed income will be 10 lakh in that case. If there will be a tax resolution committee, so tax income will be 50 lakh and disputed income will be 10 lakh. So serious tax evasion cases will be so allowed in that case. And exemption from filing tax return senior citizen 75 year in that case. And tax holiday for the affordable housing, tax exemption allowed to the notified affordable rental housing. And limit of the annual receipt revised 1 crore and 5 crore for small charitable trusts running school and hospital. Eligibility for the tax holiday claim for the startup extended by 1 more year. So limit of turnover for tax audit increased, so 10 crore from 5 crore for the entity carrying out 95% transaction digitally. An infrastructure debt fund made eligible to raise fund by issuing zero coupon bond. An additional deduction of interest up to the 1.5 lakh for loan taken to buy an affordable house extended for loan taken by 2022. सो ऑडिट इंक्रीज किया गया है. व्हाट इज लिमिट ऑफ टर्नओवर ऑफ टैक्स ऑडिट इंक्रीज्ड 10 करोड़ फ्रॉम 5 करोड़ फॉर entity carrying 95% transaction of digitally. If you are going for the transaction digitally, then there will be a auditing increase will be 10 crore to 5 crore. Okay, so now before you was audited in 10 crore rupees, now you will audit it for 5 crore rupees, and 95% transaction will be in digitally. Infrastructure debt fund made eligible to raise fund by issuing zero coupon bonds. So zero coupon bonds is also for there for infrastructure debt fund. An additional deduction of interest up to 1.5 lakh for loan taken by affordable house extended for loan taken. So if you have the affordable housing policy, then 1.5 lakh rupees will be deduction in the interest will be there. Okay, so what we did in the tax proposal, first of all we given the exemption to the 75 years senior citizen. Second, affordable housing exemption to holidays, exemption to allowed notified affordable rental housing, tax incentives to IFSC Gujarat Gift City, exemption limit for the annual receipt 1 crore to 5 crore for the running schools and hospitals, eligibility for the tax holiday claim from startup also for 1 month year, 1 more year, and relief is given reopening cases like 3 years to 6 year. Now if you are giving the tax, evasion will be not there now, and concealment of income 50 lakh or more is even to be reopened only 10 years. If you have 50 lakh rupees, then after 10 years you will open the evidence of concealment. And principal chief commissioner deputy resolution committee is established for the taxable income, and limit of turnover for tax audit increased like 10 crore for 5 crore for entity carrying 95% transaction digitally. Infrastructure debt fund made eligible to raise fund by issuing zero coupon bonds also there for the infrastructure, and tax audit limits increased by 10 crore to 5 crore. Additional deduction of interest up to 1.5 lakh for the loan taken for the buy an affordable house. So now interest will be reduced 1.5 lakh for loan taken to buy an affordable house extended for loan taken until March 2022. So additional deduction of interest in the up to 1.15 lakh for loan taken to buy an affordable house. Okay, so this was totally all about union budget for direct tax proposal. Now what is the next? Next is indirect tax proposal. What government did in indirect tax proposal? So government did in indirect tax proposal to have a twin objective from promoting domestic manufacturing and helping India get on global value chain and export better, with the thrust now on easy access to raw material, export of value added product. So this was the first, like increasing the manufacturing hub, helping India get the global value change, export better, with the thrust now easy access to raw material also. Reduction of custom duty 7.5% flat and long product non alloy and stainless steels. Okay, and duty exemption like custom duty has been decreased by 7.5%. Duty exemption on the steel for the period of 31 March 2022. Anti-dumping duty and countervailing duty revoked on certain steel product, and duty on copper scrap reduced 5 to 2.5%. For the copper it was reduced 5 to 2.5%. So this was the objective of the government in the indirect tax proposal. First of all, to improve the manufacturing. So manufacturing improve करना है. Then better thrust to easy access to raw material. Raw material should be there, and value added in the product will be there. Third is to reducing the custom duty. Like custom duty is reducing on the steel products, and duty exemption on steel, and anti-dumping duty, countervailing duty, and duty of copper is reduced. Next is uniform deduction of the BCD rate on caprolactam, nylon chip and nylon fiber and yarn to 5%. The ministry said this will help the textile industry MSME. So textile industry and MSME will be helped and export to. Basic custom duty on caprolactam, nylon chips and nylon fiber and yarn reduced to 5%. Naphtha reduced to 2.5%. So custom duty reduced in the nylon and nylon chip to 5% and naphtha 2.5%. Uniform deduction of the rates on the caprolactam, nylon chips and nylon fiber and yarn 5%. Ministry said this will help textile industry and MSME. So the ministry also announced rationalization of custom duty on gold and silver also. Gold, silver, steel, now naphtha, nylon, and what was that? Anti-dumping, countervailing, and steel and copper also there. Raised duty on solar invention from 5% to 20%. Solar lanterns from 5 to 15%. So solar inverters, the duty will be increased 5 to 20%, and solar lantern will be 5 to 15%. Tunnel boring machine to now attract a custom duty 7.5% and its parts 2.5%. So tunnel boring machine to now attract a custom duty of 7.5%. Duty on certain auto parts increased to 15%. Duty on steel part, plastic build wear increased to 15%. So in the certain parts like general rate auto parts 15% increase, machine and boring there was 7.5% increased, and machine parts 2.5% increase, and auto parts 15% increase, plastic boiler 15% increase, brown feed to attract custom duty 15%, earlier 5%. Exemption on import duty free items rationalization to incentive exporter of garment, leather, handicraft. So there are some exemption given. Exemption on import of certain kind of leather withdrawal. If you are going for leather withdrawal, exemption given. Custom duty on finished synthetic gemstone raised to encourage domestic processing. So custom duty on finished synthetic gemstone raised, and custom duty on cotton increased from nil to 10%. Okay, so this government has been taken the steps for the indirect taxation also. So hope you enjoyed this.